Hello, everybody, and welcome to my class. Today, I'm going to talk to you about why buying deep in the money leap call options is the best way to invest. Believe me, trust me, if you're going to go bullish on something, if you like a stock and you truly believe it's going to rise, then this is something that you must consider. First of all, when we're buying deep in the money call options, that means that you must be bullish. That means that you truly believe that the stock is going to rise and you want to make money. Now, what I'm going to show you now is a wonderful substitution for a long stock buying. It's going to cost you between 50 to 75% less than the stock buying itself. Hence, this is way, way less riskier. Now, you can also generate up to triple times more revenue than the stock itself in ROI terms. Leap options can be found for a year long, and it can go up to 2 years and even more to 1 year, 2 years. This is a very long time for investment. Also in options, third best thing here is that you're going to hardly pay any extra premium because the theta effect is so negligible. I'm going to see that right away. There's going to be no margin requirements whatsoever at all, and it can be bought with any simple cash account. You don't need any margin account. Let's see things that we have to keep in mind when we're going to use this strategy. So first thing, most important, that remember that this is good only for a long call stock buying or for long positions. It's less better for short positions. That's because the theta and the delta with the puts is a little bit different. Second of all, you can lose. If the stock falls, you're going to lose. Remember that we're going bullish on something and earn only if the stock rises. So if it falls, we're going to lose. Third of all, you must have a delta 90 minimum, okay? And you're not going to be entitled for any dividends or voting rights whatsoever, just like as any other option that you're buying, you're not entitled for dividends. And when it all ends on expiration date, then you can choose what to do with it. You can sell it or you can exercise it. By the way, you can sell it at any time before that. That means if you earn some money, you can exit, you can sell it, and you can make a great profit. Okay, so let's see now an example on Apple stock. Apple has been traded today at around 148, something like that, so point something. And if we are choosing to buy 100 shares of Apple, then we're going to need $14,860. That's big money. But on the other hand, if we're going to look, considering buying a just one call 100 option, is going to cost us something like $29.2, maybe less, maybe more, but I assume it's going to be 49.2. That's total amount of investment of $4,920. That's it. Okay. As you can see here, this is the option chain of Apple. It has 429 days from now. And as you can see, call 100 has been traded around these numbers. And we're having here Delta 91. Delta 91 means that if the stock is going to rise by $1, then our option price will theoretically gain 91 cents for each $1 rise in the underlying, and it goes up as, of course, as the stock rises up, then we're going to have a greater and greater delta until it reaches 100 delta. That 100 delta means that stock rises $1, our option will rise in $1. If you're having a little bit less, then we're having a little bit less rise in our stock value, in our option value, excuse me. Okay, so keep in mind that here, when we're buying this, the intrinsic value of this option is 48.6. I mean, that's it. This is how much it costs. And this is her value, intrinsic value. That means it cannot be sold for less. And intrinsic value is 48.6, and we're buying it for 49.2. That means we're adding just $60 more, and we're going to have an almost one-by-one exposure to the stock itself. Now, keep in mind also, we're buying this option with a 429 days ahead of expiry. That's more than 1 year from now. And the stock can rise and can fall, but we don't know. But we truly believe that Apple stock will rise. So that's why we're entering this strategy. And we're having more than a year from now until expiry. And just keep in mind that if evaluating our risks here, then we're having a valuation between $14,000, almost $15,000 versus almost $5,000. That means you can buy 3 times more the same amount with the same amount of money, and you're going to get the same long exposure to the stock itself. Okay, so let's assume now something good happens with Apple stock and it rises up to 170 for 148.6. Okay, so that means that the stock rised $21.4 and the stock gained $2,140. Of course, we multiplied it by 100 because we bought 100 shares. And if you're looking at stock gain percentage, then it made 14.4%. That's not bad. But look here, the option price now should be at least $70 because the stock itself rise to up all the way to 170, and we bought call 100. So that means that this option should be worth at least $70. And I gave it the minimum value of it, 70 minus 49.2, which was our cost, and multiplied it by 100. So we made $2,008. Option gain percentage, we earned 42.2%. We invested $4,920 and we gained and we earned $2,080. That means we made 42.2%. This is 3 times better, 3 times better than buying the stock itself. And we spent just $4,900 and not $14,000. This is 3 times better. We could have bought 3 times the option and we would have tripled our investment. Okay, so now you're saying, yeah, sure, but you know, what happens when it falls and you're gonna lose money? Well, then I gave you this example. If Apple stock falls all the way down to 130 for 148.6, then that means that the stock has lost $18.6. All in all, if we have bought the stock itself, we would have lost $1,860. That means we lost 12.5%. On the other hand, the option price now is at least $30, and we've lost $19.2 multiplied by 100. And that means that we've lost $1,920. Well, what you can do, option loss percentage is 39%, but 39% versus 12.5%, you can say, whoa, we lost so much. But if you're looking here at the dollar amount, we lost almost the same. This is not a big difference. Now, 1,860, and in here we lost just 1,920. Well, that's not a big difference, and we still lost the same amount of dollars. So simple. Now, let's say it fell even worse than 130. Let's say it went down all the way to 90. And in this example, you can go even below 90. Let's say it really crashed and slammed, went all down the way. So let's assume it fell all the way down to 90. Then the stock has lost $58.6. That means that we have lost $5,860 if we have bought the underlying, the stock itself. Now, in this case scenario, option price would be 0. What can you do? But you have lost only $4,920, and you didn't lose $5,860. That's a big difference now. You lost less. If you have bought the option itself, then you would lose only $4,920 and not $5,860. If the stock continues to fall, you're still going to lose just $4,900. That's it. You cannot lose anymore. But if you do buy the underlying, it can go down and down and down, and theoretically you can lose $14,000, almost $15,000. But here, your maximum lows will be just $4,920. But why being so pessimistic? Let's see what happens if it rises up to 200 from 148.6. Then same calculations. Don't be so pessimistic. And we're being optimistic because we're going bullish on this stock. So in this example, you can see that the stock has rise 51.4 dollars rise. So that gave us a nice revenue of $5,140, and percentage wise, we gained 34.5, not bad. But look at this, the option price now should be at least $100. That means they gave us a total of $5,080, almost the same amount of gains, but percentage wise, we've made more than 100% for our initial investment. Still, we're getting a 3 times better return of investment here. So listen, guys, this is truly the best way to get yourself exposed on the long side when you really truly believe in this stock that's going to rise. Then you should seriously consider always just buying there's long leap call options and not buying the stock itself. This is so much beneficial. You're going to save so much money. You can spend even 3 times more with the same amount of money, and maximum you're going to lose your initial investment, and that's it. You cannot lose any more than that. Okay, now let's see how it works when we're buying a stock on a graph. So as you can see here, this is Apple stock, and let's assume that we have about 100 shares of Apple. And you can see here that we're having a delta of 100. And if the stock rises, then we're going to gain and gain. As long as it rises up and up, we're going to make more and more money. And as you can see, if it reaches here, 170, we're going to make almost a little bit more than $2,000 profit. How about if it falls? We're going to lose because we're bullish and we bought on the long side the stock up this stock. Now let's assume that we have bought now just the call option. We're buying it for 429 days from now, and we're paying a premium of $49.2 for it. And look at this. First of all, we have no margin request. Our delta is pretty high, more than 90. And it rises up and up as long as the underlying rises also. Now, let's see the graph here. We're having here 2 lines. The light blue line emphasizes the stock value at expiry. That means that the blue line shows us what's going to happen more than a year from now. But for now, we're looking only at this pink or red, purple line, which shows us our current value of the option, but on this 100 call option worth right now. So as you can see, also it goes up. If the stock will rise up, we're having a delta which is a little bit more than 90, and if it rises, then we're gaining and we're making money. And if it's going to reach just at 170, just like we saw in the previous example, we're still going to make more than $2,000 just as we have bought the stock itself. Now, on the other hand, if it falls all the way down for more than 100, then you can see that that's it. We cannot lose any more than our initial investment, which was nearly $5,000. On the other hand, if we have bought the stock itself, you can see it's going to fall and fall all the way down, and you're going to lose and lose and lose and lose and lose all the way down to zero. And you might lose for almost $15,000 if you're buying the underlying. So if you're looking at this, if you're looking at the underlying, if you're looking at the stock or considering buying this long call option, I think this is way, way better, way, way smarter way to buy stocks using only call option, leap call option. And you're going to make all the same revenue, and you can spend less, way less money, and risk yourself way less buying these long leap call options. So if you want to play smart with the market and you truly believe that the stock is going to rise, buy those call leaps. See you again Wishing you great luck, great success in your investments. Hope to see you in our next class. Goodbye, everybody.